We'll start this day by diving into the very core of yoga, the sun salutation, also called Suryanamaskar. If you've ever been to yoga class, you have noticed that the sun salutation is always done at the beginning of the class. And there's a definite reason. It helps awaken your body, helps loosen your joints, your muscles, muscle groups, bones and every part of the body so that your rest of the practice happens without injuries. That's the most important thing to remember. And if you find yourself, you barely have 10 minutes for your day to exercise, let this be the exercise you do it for the day. Now the sun salutation comes in 3 different versions. There's the easy, medium and advanced. We call this A, B and C. Today we'll just do the easy version, sun salutation A. Now this easy version is comprised of 11 different poses and each of the poses has certain benefit and it acts in a particular way on a particular part of your body. Now, when you do the sun salutation, please be mindful of a couple of things. First, always breathe. Breathe without fail. Second, move slowly and gently as possible. We are not running in a race. We want to awaken our body, which is our most and primary important function. 3. Be mindful of what's happening in that particular part of the body. 4. Always work within the range of motion allowed for that body. Meaning, don't overuse or don't overstretch and don't hurt yourself. So when you're ready, let's get started. First, I will do the sun salutation myself. You can just observe how I move from one pose to another. After that, both of us will do it together. So much fun. Here it comes. So, if you've seen how I have done by myself, we'll just do it together. The fun part begins now. Okay, let's get started. Please come to the top of your mat. Take your feet at hip width distance. Stand in equistand pose so that your body is equally balanced on all sides. It's called the mountain pose, Tadasana. This pose helps reset any lost balance in your body. Once you're comfortable here, bring your hands to your heart center. You have an option of bringing your palms together in a prayer position or using a fist, whichever works for you. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart center. With an inhale, deep inhale, take your hands all the way to the top of the room. Coming into Urdhva Hastasana. With an inhale, feel your hands trying to touch the ceiling. Imagine your fingers feeling the surface of the ceiling. Feel the stretch happening on both sides of your body. Feel your left hand pulling you up, your right hand pulling you up. Let the stretch happen organically if you can. If you have difficulties moving your chin up, you can just put your head straight. When you're ready, with an exhale, bend from your hips, flow down, bring your palms to touch the mat if you can. Now, most importantly, bend your knees as much as you want. That's important. Your straightening of the knees doesn't have to happen today, not this month, maybe not even next year. Let it happen its own time. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Gently shake your head no, shake your head yes. Let your head hang freely. Allow it to completely relax. With an inhale, take your right leg. We'll do one leg at a time. First we'll do the right leg. With an inhale, take your right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Gently coming up into your lunge pose. Lunge pose, gently balance where you are. Bounce if you can. Gently bounce on both sides. Now this is where the block which we talked about comes into practice. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your hands to support on both blocks. This allows you to get deeper stretch in your back. From here, with an exhale, we just do 2 cycles of runner stretch. Gently move to the back, coming into a runner stretch. With an exhale, move to the front. Most importantly, please remember, if you're not able to get a full runner stretch, this is good enough. If this is all you can get, that is more than sufficient. You can just stay here. Just move back and forth to loosen all the lubricating joints in both legs. See how your hamstrings are working. Feel the sensation in your hamstrings. Gently do one more cycle of inhale and exhale. Important, the trick is to stay here as long as you can. This helps get the stretch in your hamstrings on both sides. Gently move forward. When you're ready, take your left leg to the back. Coming to gently come down to the mat. Bring your hands to the side of your body in right angles. With an inhale, roll your shoulders, come up into the cobra pose or the bhujangasana. Your chin up, look up, feel the stretch happening in your body. The idea is not to don't look for height, just look for the deep stretch. With an exhale, gently flow down. With another inhale, roll your shoulders up, go up, coming back into the cobra pose. Stay here and breathe for, let's do 5 breaths here. This pose helps straighten out any sprains or any strain that still exists in your spine. Exhale. Gently come back. With an inhale, come up onto your neutral tabletop. So this is a neutral tabletop where you are completely balanced both on your hands and feet. With an inhale, the deep inhale, arch your back. Feel your arch touching the ceiling, arch it completely. Coming into the cat pose. So this is how your classical cat looks when it's doing that stretch. With an exhale, this time reverse that, stretch going into a cow pose. Depress your back, coming into the cow. With an inhale, go back into the cat pose. Feel the arch in your back completely.
Imagine the ceiling touching your back. Stay here for 2 breaths. Feel the sensation happening in your back. With an exhale, gently depress your back, your chin up, coming into the cow pose. You can feel the sensation happening. These poses are especially useful for awakening your spine. If your spine it's been bothersome recently, this helps remove all the strain in the spine. Exhale, come back into neutral tabletop. You can do this for 3 breaths in your own time. When you're ready, come into the downward dog. The downward dog is the most popular pose in yoga. You have studios named after it. Some days you might even have babies named after this pose. So downward dog is your resting pose. If you have lost any balance, if you need to regain energy, if you need to rest, this is your resting pose. Please stay here for 5 breaths. Deep inhale and exhale. When you're ready, gently, now we want to bring the right leg to the top of the mat. One way to do this is lift your leg all the way to the top and gently bring it to the front. Now this can be tricky for many people. The first time I did my yoga practice, the very first time, my leg was here. This is all I could bring my leg to. With practice, so what you do is just take your right hand, lift your leg and bring it up. You can bring it up as much as you want. So for the first couple of months, you'll be doing the lifting action with your hand. That's perfectly okay. When you're ready, gently come back into runner stretch, or if this is the best you can do, just stay here. Over a period of time, this is where you reach it. Look for deep stretch. See what's happening in your hamstrings, in your thighs, in your knee joints. Gently move forward and back. With an inhale and an exhale. Enjoy the sensations happening. The first time probably in your life you have felt your body waking up. Ready? Bring your left leg to the top of the mat. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Yes as in I love what I'm doing, no as in I don't need any more distractions. With an inhale, come up all the way to the top. Bring your hands all the way to the top. You must be feeling a completely different sensation by now. Now, with a deep inhale, we'll complete the other side of the leg, that is the left leg. The deep inhale, go down, bend from your hips. Bring your palms to the ground or wherever it is at this point. Perfectly fine. Most importantly, don't forget to bend your legs. Say yes, say no. When you're ready this time, take your left leg to the back of the mat. Coming into your lunge. This time we'll do the standing runner stretch. With an inhale, come up to stand into standing runner stretch. You'll feel a different sensation in your leg now. Then exhale, come back to the lunge. Use the blocks if you have to get the deepest stretch possible. Then exhale, come back. Do this in your own time, there is no hurry. Important thing is to stay here, feel the relaxation happening. You have to give enough time for all your joints and muscles to work with you. When you're ready, take your right leg to the back of the mat, coming gently into the staff pose. Chaduranga Dandasana. Bring your hands to the side. With an inhale, this time we'll do something different. Roll your shoulders, coming into the cobra pose. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. The more amount of time you stay in a pose, the benefits of a pose increase. It's important to stay as long as you want to get the full benefits. Exhale, come down to the mat. This time take your hands and clasp them behind your back. With an inhale, lift your chest. If possible, lift your legs. Do not try to look for height. You are not looking for height, you are looking for length. Coming into the locust pose. Deep inhale and exhales. If you're tired, you can just release, go back to the ground. When you're ready, come into the locust pose. This is a pose that works through the entire back and spine. It gives a complete back workout. Relax, come back. Now that you're here, you can do another pose that follows this pose. With an inhale, release your hands, clasp your ankles if you can. With an inhale, come up into the bow pose, Dhanurasana. At this point, your entire body should be resting on your belly. If you can do this, do this. Otherwise, just stick to the cobra pose. Exhale, release. With an inhale, release. Gently release. And when you're ready, come up into your neutral tabletop. This time we'll reverse the flow of breath, coming into the cow pose. Exhale, coming into the cat pose. Feel the arch happen in your back. Stay here as long as you want to. This is your practice. You need to be getting the full benefits of this practice. Exhale. Inhale, come up in your back. When you're ready, when you're done with this 2 or 3 breaths, 2 or 3 cycles, you can come up into the downward dog. You can stay in the downward dog as long as you want until you recover your breath. When you're ready, take your left leg, since you're still working on the left leg, bring it to the top of the mat. You can always do not forget to use your hand to move your leg where it wants to go. Now from here, let's complete the standing runner stretch. Exhale. You can always improvise to come into this pose called Anjaneyasana. This helps get you deeper stretch in the back. When you're ready, bring your right leg to join your left, the top of the mat. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. How is your body feeling now? Bend your knees as much as you have to. With an inhale, take your hands all the way to the top of the mat, coming back into where you started. Bring your hands to your heart center. That completes your first yoga practice. Can you pat yourself on the back? That completes the first Suryanamaskar version 8.
Welcome to your life lesson for the day. So today we'll talk about how to move in yoga. This is a question I get asked very frequently. If you compare it with other forms of exercise, there is an objective with how you move. For example, if you're doing a treadmill, your goal is to burn as many calories as possible. If you're lifting weights, you want to get a better lift each time, be able to add more weights. In yoga, you move with a sense of purpose. The very name yoga means union of mind and body, means that when you're doing something in yoga, your mind and body has to be together in the same place. Your body cannot be doing the yoga poses, and your mind cannot be thinking of what's happening in the office or what's coming on TV, or if your spouse is still angry with you, or if you can make it to the client meeting for the day. No. Your mind and body has to be together doing the practice. So that's how you move in yoga. Now, how do you move? The most important thing to remember in yoga is while your body is doing the yoga practice, your mind has to be thinking about what's happening at that point of time. Does that pose or does that movement make you feel good? Does it cause you pain? Is there any sense of discomfort? Or what pose makes you feel more better? What angles cause pose? What angles you want to avoid? So that continuous feedback loop should be happening in your brain when you're doing the yoga. Now, how fast do you move? A good analogy would be, imagine you are at your doctor's office or a dentist's office and your doctor is performing a surgery on you. Now, in the middle of the surgery, the doctor remembers that he has to pick up his kid in 20 minutes from the class. So would you want the doctor to drop everything and run to pick up his kid, or would you want him to work meticulously on you? Take all the time in the world. Make sure that that procedure, whatever is doing on you, comes out well, so that it's good, so that the outcome is good for you as a patient and for the doctor's career. Now, how fast do you move? Now, the astronauts have a saying, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So what it means is that anything, when you're doing it, when you do it as slowly and deliberately and precisely, the whole process becomes smooth. When something becomes smooth, the entire process becomes fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So that's how you want to be moving in yoga. So that's why when you move in this way, that 1 hour or 1.5 hour, whatever period you allotted to the yoga class, you notice that it's gone in a wink of an eye. So I hope you move that way, and always at every point of time make sure that you're completely focused on your practice. Thank you.